Hello everyone, it's Nina. Thanks for joining me today for a new tutorial. Today I'm featuring the Gina K Designs and Simon Says STAMPtember exclusive Festive Flower. This beautiful stamp set is so much fun to color. I really enjoyed creating with this set, and I can't wait to share with you the project that I made using this brand new STAMPtember exclusive. I started off by taking the beautiful large floral stamp that's in this set and stamped it onto ivory cardstock from Simon Says Stamp. I love Simon's cardstocks because they are so great for stamping and coloring. They really hold the color nicely and they give beautiful crisp stamp images every time. So this ivory color is very beautiful. It is an off-white color, so it's going to give this coloring a little bit softer look versus using it on a bright white paper. I'm heat embossing the flower stamp with some Gina K Designs rose gold embossing powder. This beautiful fine detail embossing powder really captures the delicate fine edges of this stamp. After I've set the powder and melted it completely, I'll move on to coloring. I'm using my Copic markers to color in this flower. Now bear in mind, I am doing this coloring over the embossing powder. I've never had an issue with using my Copics over embossing powder, but I also take good care when I do this technique. And what I like to do is I will scribble off my markers onto some scratch paper every now and then. I never notice any embossing powder on the nibs of my markers. However, just to be on the safe side, I really do like to do this just to make sure that I don't get any residue on my marker tips. But I've done this technique for many years now, and I've never had an issue with my nibs getting damaged or anything like that. You will notice that the Copic markers may stain your embossing powder a little bit here and there. And what I like to do to help fix that is to go over those areas that are stained with the lightest marker color I have for that particular shade, because the lighter colors have a lot more colorless blender in them. And so they're going to take away that staining off of your embossing powder much easier than if you tried to use a slightly darker marker. The darker markers are really going to stain your embossing powder faster than the lighter colors. But it doesn't always happen to every single color. Certain colors do it more than others, especially when it comes to red. Red is one that stains pretty quickly. But I'm just going to go through and color all of these images and create this beautiful flower bouquet using that stamp set. I splattered some gold over my stamped and colored image, and then I'll let that dry before I fussy cut it out. Now, if you wanted to not go the route of coloring over the embossing powder, you could stamp this with your MISTI stamping tool onto the ivory paper using a light ink, say like maybe a fairly beige ink from Simon Says Stamp. And then without taking the paper or your stamp out of the MISTI, color your image and then stamp it one more time using the embossing ink over top of the coloring and stamping you've already done, and then emboss. So there's a couple ways you could do this. So after I cut out my image, I will splatter on some more of that metallic gold watercolor onto another piece of ivory cardstock, which is going to serve as the background for my florals. The floral is going to be popped up off of that background using some foam tape just to give a little bit of dimension. After I've lined this up onto my paper, I'll center it into the center of my card and have this great dimensional floral layered up on top of this panel. For a greeting, I used the Winter Wishes stamp that's in the stamp set, and I embossed that onto some navy cardstock with Alabaster white embossing powder from Brutus Monroe. Pop that up onto the floral with another piece of foam tape, and then I brought in some of these beautiful sequins from Simon Says Stamp and sprinkled them here and there around my floral bouquet. To finish things off, I popped the entire piece onto a cotton candy pink cardstock card base that I had made, and that is going to finish off this beautiful floral winter card. I hope that it has inspired you to create with this new stamp set from Simon Says Stamp and Gina K Designs for STAMPtember 2019. If you love this set, be sure to grab it while supplies last because they are limited edition. And thanks again for tuning in and spending some time with me today. I'll be back again very soon with more to share. But until next time, have a wonderful day. Bye!